I am in first grade. I am in third. I am in third. I am in second grade.
I love to study, and I have many friends that like me as much as I like them.
I am in fourth grade. I am in third. I am in second grade. My name is Dante Joel Arroyo, and I want to be president of Peru.
More and more children are attending school in Peru. This is a first great achievement because access to education is a right. It is also, however, an instrument by means of which our sons and daughters can build a better future. Now, the following objective is to improve the quality of the education they receive. International and national evaluations have shown that this is a big challenge, but as you will see in this video, it is a goal that can be achieved. The objective is to ensure that all Peruvian students learn what they have to learn from the first grades. But how can we know how much and how our students are learning? We can discover this because learning can be measured.
The evaluations help a lot. Without the evaluations, we could not move forward. They are an essential part of the programming and work in the classroom, in order to measure the level that children find themselves in.
One of the best forms of measuring learning is by means of an evaluation. Just as the teacher sets a test for the students, every year the Ministry of Education takes a reading and math exam of all the second grade students throughout the country. These exams are the Evaluación Censal de Estudiantes, also known as ESE.
I felt afraid when they said we were going to have a test. When we started to take the test, I felt that it was easy.
What happened to the fear?
The fear went somewhere else.
From 2007, the ministry has set the ESE for second grade children in the whole of Peru. The ESE evaluates reading comprehension and math.
Now he has 18 soles in his pocket. How many soles did Pedro have this morning?
The evaluation is performed in the second grade because it is here that students should learn to read, write, and use math. Because if the student doesn't understand what he reads or doesn't know enough math in the second grade, that child will not be able to understand what is taught in the following grades and will fall further and further behind. On the other hand, if the problem is detected in this grade, there is still time to provide support and resolve it. For example, reading is not only pronouncing isolated words. Reading is understanding the message of the text.
Who's the main character?
The comb.
By means of the ESE, we can identify the strengths and weaknesses of our students and children.
I'm better at adding than subtracting.
During the first year of the ESE in 2007, the ministry evaluated more than 500,000 second grade students in the whole of Peru. The results revealed that our students are not learning as one would hope. The ESE evaluates like this. Although we know that children come into the second grade at different learning levels, let us imagine that all the students who begin the second grade arrive at the start of a staircase. This is the starting point. At the end of the year, everyone should be at the top or at level 2. This would mean that those students have learnt what they were supposed to learn in the second grade and are ready to continue learning in the next grade. In 2007, of every 10 children who took the essay, only 1 reached the summit in math, and only 2 did it in reading comprehension. The large majority of their fellow students were left behind. 5 reached level 1 in reading, and only 4 reached the same step, or level 1, in math. This means that they have learnt some things, but not everything they were expected to learn, and they are falling behind. All the other children remained at the base. This means that although they have learnt something, their learning is very similar to what one would expect in the first grade. In math, half of all the children who sat the essay remained at the base. The objective is that at the end of the second grade, all the children reach the top. It may seem impossible, but it is not. Although the national results showed that a very small percentage of boys and girls reached the learning levels expected in the second grade, there are schools that achieved their objectives and widely exceeded the national results. Some are located in urban areas and others in rural zones where one teacher teaches several grades in the same classroom. But what do these schools have in common, apart from the fact that none of their students were below level 1? In the first place, they decided to improve their results by putting into practice the methodology that they knew would work better with their students. In this school, more than half of the second grade students that sat the essay reached level 2 in math.
There are no secrets. We take advantage of the fact that the parents are traders and the children participate with them in the weekly fairs. They come predisposed, therefore, to study maths, and we use that. I get maximum benefit from this.
Thanks to the identification of the weaknesses, they were able to design strategies to ensure the children learn and improve their results.
The evaluations are used as a way to get information, to improve the processes and establish goals, long-term and short-term goals.
Each type of school, whether urban or rural, faces different difficulties and therefore must seek its own methods to achieve the objectives. As in this school.
My personal strategy is like a game. I play, I am not a rigid teacher. I transform myself. I forget my household problems, and here I'm the children's friend, and I have to help them learn.
What?
The new learning method. With the third grade students, I use the harmonic box with music and dancing quite a lot.
Other schools, on the other hand, had to change their old strategies in order to obtain better results.
In 2007, we were very disappointed because we saw our children were under the minimum level. So the teacher who worked in 2007 continued in 2008 and implemented new strategies to overcome the difficulties. One was to involve the parents and resolve the problems during 2008.
And they managed to do it. In the 2007 evaluation, none of the students reached level 2 in math. But in 2008, with the change in strategy, more than half the students reached level 2.
I want my son to reach level 2 because this means he has learned what is necessary in his current grade. This is important, it's every parent's concern.
After the students have taken the essay examinations, a ministry team prepares the report of the results. In this, we can see how each student or each school has progressed. There is a report for the school director, another for the teacher, and one for each parent. In the reports, one finds all the information on what their children and students are learning, as well as what they still need to learn and how to help them.
Teach your child how much a product costs, how much you are paying, and how much change you receive. What we are doing is adding and subtracting.
These schools are using the reports of the essay results.
All work that is planned, prepared, prearranged, and projected is easier to carry out to meet goals. If we didn't work in a planned way, we wouldn't know where to go, what we want to achieve, and how we are going to achieve it. We cannot do this alone. It's three of us working together: students, parents, and teachers, the triad.
The reports of the results for the parents arrive at the school, and this must deliver their son's or daughter's report to each one of them. Remember, your child is entitled to sit the essay exam in the second grade, and you are entitled to receive the report in order to know how your child is doing. Another characteristic that is shared by all these schools is the way in which the participation of the parents in the education of their children is permanently promoted. They work together to attain the goals. It is not sufficient just to send them to school.
When the teacher holds meetings, he always calls us so that we parents know. Because if it were not like that, we wouldn't know how our children are improving. We would even think that they are doing well and be unaware of the problems. That is why I thank the teachers who have this custom of calling us. This way, we ensure our children progress together with them.
We teach at home, the teachers at school. Yes, I can help my son learn. There are some students who are at level 1 and others at level 2.
And yours?
He is at level 2.
Overcoming numerous obstacles and needs, these schools have obtained encouraging results and are succeeding in having their children learn what they should in the second grade.
These difficulties and obstacles don't hold us back. On the contrary, they are steps to keep climbing. They don't stop us. I believe that a teacher on the coast, in the highlands, in the jungle, in the countryside or the city cannot stop due to resources, because if that were the case, there would be no teachers in Peru. You must go ahead with what you have on hand.
We already know how many sheep Betsabe, Brigitte, and Anderson have in the barn. So what do we have to do now?
Add!
Why is it important to take exams?
So that I can think better, and when I am bigger, I can work in the university.
How old are you?
6.
And what grade are you in?
First grade. Oh, no, second grade.
In the first 2 years of school, children acquire the essential abilities for all future learning. It is an important stage in school that has to be given priority. This is why the evaluations become an efficient tool to measure the learning of our children and to know how much we have advanced and where improvement is needed. This is the only way we can progress and give hundreds of thousands of children an education of quality that will help them grow and achieve new goals as persons and as citizens.